Tonight, our session is on youth, and we will be looking at an introduction to ministry, and then also creative youth ministry, which is, of course, sponsored by the Adventist Youth Ministries. But I would like us to review something of our UMYF from a video that the UMYF Execom National some years back, and it reminds us of what the UMYF is. So here, can you play it, please? Thank you.
Hello guys, this is Noe. Do you want to know more about the UMYFP? Ang United Methodist Youth Fellowship in the Philippines ay ang youth arm ng United Methodist Church. Sa Tagalog, kapatiran na nagkaisang kabataang Metodista sa Pilipinas o KNKMP. So kung ikaw ay 12 to 23 years old at miyembro sa isang United Methodist Church, kasali ka!
Hi guys! Ako nga pala si May. So now that we know about the UMYFP, I think it's about time para malaman naman natin yung structure natin. So tayo na mga Metodista, we strongly believe in connectionalism. So lahat tayo, we all start from the local level. And syempre, from the local level, meron tayong tinatawag na district level. And from the district level, we all go to the annual conference level. And syempre, last but not the least, ang ating national level.
Hello guys, I'm Ate Joanne. One of the things that I'm really proud of talaga as UMYF ay yung mga programs and activities natin. Katulad ng Christmas Institutes, leadership trainings, summer camps or institutes at marami pang iba na talaga namang nagpapakita na hindi lang tayo isang organisasyon. But we are a fellowship of young people na may isang passion, may isang purpose to know Christ and make Him known.
Hey there guys, ako pala si Jeremiah. And bilang UMYF, we seek to know Christ. So coming from the local level to the national level, marami kaming opportunities to develop spiritual growth, leadership, and fellowship. And since I started in this fellowship, nagkaroon ako ng deeper and meaningful relationship with God.
Hi! Ako nga pala si Kejo. We don't just keep the faith, we share it. Kung kaya naman, isa sa mga objectives ng fellowship ay hubugin at gawing leaders ang ating mga kabataan hindi lang sa ating simbahan, kundi pati na rin sa ating society. Bahagi tayo ng iba't ibang activities pagdating sa mission and evangelism ng ating church. Bukod dito, we also actively participate with the different Christian youth organizations to address different social issues ng ating society. At bilang members ng UMYFP, isa sa ating mga layunin ay i-share si Kristo sa ating community.
At mula dito, makikita natin na ang pagiging MYF ay hindi lamang natatapos sa 4 na sulok ng ating church.
Mula sa ating tahanan, sa ating school, sa ating church, or mapa-workplace man yan, tayo lumalabas at lalo nating pinaiigting ang ating pagkilala at pagpapakilala kay Kristo sa ating personal relationship sa Kanya,
Fellowship with one another.
at pakikibahagi sa ating lipunan.
Kaya ang saya ang maging MYF, no?
Kaya tara na, sama-sama tayong lumago kay Kristo!
Si Kristo higit sa lahat!
Yan, na-review natin ang ating UMYFP. Ngayon, pupunta na tayo sa seminar on youth ministry. This is from the Adventist Youth Ministries. Okay? Next slide. Ito. Adolescence is the period of transition from childhood to adulthood. No? Nung araw, sabi na ng mga sociologists, ang adolescence daw is a construct. Kasi nung araw, pagka yung bata pwede nang mag-asawa o pwede nang manganak, nag-aasawa na kaagad. No? Pag nagkaanak na, nagiging adult kaagad. Pero, there are some factors na humaba yung period of adolescence. No? Ibig sabihin, dahil sa edukasyon, no, dahil hindi nag-aasawa ka agad yung mga kabataan na ngayon, gusto nila nagpupursue ng kanilang education, na tapusin ng high school, senior high school, magka-college, tapos pagka-college, hindi rin nag-aasawa ka agad, kaya humahaba yung pagiging youth. No? Pangalawa, yung urbanization. Yung nung araw, dun sa probinsya, walang masyadong magawa kasi mga farmers sa mga tao, So yung mga nagiging kabataan, no, pag expose sila sa city life at dahil sa social change, yung culture nagbabago, no, kaya humaba rin ang youth or adolescence period. Ngayon, mas lalo na ngayon, yung media, yung effect ng media at technology, no? Ang daming ang very late na nag-aasawa o nagkakaroon ng adult life kasi mas ini-enjoy nila yung kanilang pagiging kabataan. So, yung youth age ng UMYF ay from 12 to 23. 12 to 23. And after that, nagiging young adult. Okay, next. These are the developmental tasks of adolescents. Ano ba ang dapat na mangyari during the time of adolescence, the period from age 12 to age 23? Ito yung mga dapat makamit ng isang kabataan sa period na ito. Number one, these are the questions that youth face. First is, who am I, or who tells me who I am? Ibig sabihin, sino ba ako? Sino ba magsasabi kung sino ako? Which means, during this period of adolescence or youthhood, ay ang dapat malaman ng isang kabataan kung sino siya. Kung sino siya. Because all of us were created by God differently and for a purpose. Kaya number one na tanong during the time of adolescence is, sino ba ako? Or sino ba magsasabi kung sino ako? Okay? So because there are many influences on the youth, at dito talaga yung nag-i-struggling youth na mag-establish ng kanyang sariling identity. Pangalawa is, what is it to be male or female? Ang question is, whose body is it anyway? Kanino bang katawan to talaga? Okay, ibig sabihin, ang isang second question ng adolescence is yung developing sexuality and gender. Lalo na ngayon. Kasi mayroon talagang crisis, adolescence is a critical period. It's a crisis period na nagbabago kasi ng katawan mula sa pagiging katawang bata, naging katawan ng becoming adult. Kaya ang daming nagbabago, no, as rapid as when an infant becomes a child. No? Ganun kabilis din. No? So, and with it, nagkakaroon ng questions na paano ko tatanggapin yung katawan, yung pagbabago ng aking katawan. No? Alam niyo ako, noong ako'y kabataan, nung adolescent, gusto ko talagang tumangkad. Pero natanggap ko rin na hindi na ako tatangkad. No? 5'3" na lang ako talaga. No? Hindi na. So during adolescence, Diyan kasi nangyayari yung rapid growth na yan at pagde-develop ng katawan. And with it, ngayon, especially now, ang question of gender. No? In this day and age, gender has become a choice. No? Noon, it was just a given. No? Ano mo, kung lalaki ka o babae ka. Pero ngayon, ang dami ng choices, no? Sa gender. So, during adolescence, dapat maging open yung kabataan at doon siya mamimili kung ano talaga ang magiging gender at sexuality niya. Yung sexuality, ibig sabihin na ang pagiging lalaki, hindi naman iisa yan eh. May mga lalaki na ala Gabby Concepcion. May mga lalaki naman na ala Arnold Schwarzenegger or gano'n, yung mga athletic type. May mga lalaki naman na pa-cute lang na gano'n, no? or mga President Digong type, no? Ganon, no? Yung mga strong, no? Yung mga female, marami ding ano yan, spectrum din yan ang pagiging female. May mga female na talagang very strong females, may mga very feminine naman na females. And during adolescence, sa pagdidevelop ng katawan ng isang kabataan, nakikita niya, no? And also that's a choice, no? That's a choice kung saan ako magli-lean toward, no? Doon sa spectrum ng gender. Number 3 is what is required of me. And this is very important talaga sa youth ministry, yung achieving a value system. What are the important things in life and what are less important? At dito, papasok talaga yung discipling. Yung discipling, yung nurturing, yung the conversion of experience para ang isang kabataan ay magkaroon siya ng value system according to the faith, no? Kung the spiritual things that are important, the physical, emotional, and other things. And then fourth is, am I my neighbor's keeper? During the time of adolescence, kahit may mga bata din na ganun, bata pa lang sila, aware na sila dahil sa karanasan sa buhay na may mga iba-ibang klaseng tao sa komunidad at lipunan. May mga mayaman, may mga nasa laylayan, gano'n. And the consciousness of life in society, no? Kung paanong may pagkapwa-tao ang isang kabataan. Isa yan sa mga dapat na developmental task, no, na ma-fulfill niya during the time of adolescence. Okay? Next. Dito sa mga kabataan, may 4 na identity statuses. At importante sa ating na mga youth ministers na malaman ito kasi kung minsan hindi natin masyadong maintindihan ang mga kabataan natin dahil hindi natin nakikita na kanya-kanya silang pinagdadaanan or yung status nila sa kanilang pag-achieve ng identity ay may mga hakbang yan o kung minsan may pinanghuhugutan yan. At ang una na status ng kabataan ay foreclosure. Yung alam niyo yung foreclosure, yung narimata. Ibig sabihin, yung kabataan hindi nagkaroon ng pagkakataon na siya ang pumili ng kanyang status ng identity niya. Ibig sabihin, may na-foreclose yan usually na mga parents, no? Mga parents sasabihin nila, ay dapat ganito ka, dapat ganyan ka, dapat ganito ka. So, yung kabataan, masyadong masunurin, sinunod na lang niya, no, kung anong gusto ng kanyang magulang o yung mga guardians niya, may uncle siya or auntie niya, no, kaya yung kanyang identity, no, ay gusto ko naman sana maging teacher pero wala eh. Gusto ng tatay ko maging engineer ako kasi frustrated engineer siya. So naging engineer siya. So yung kabataan hindi nagkaroon ng sariling desisyon kung ano maging siya, no? Ano ang kanyang magiging identity paglaki. Lalo na yung mga gustong magpastor o tinatawag na pastor, hindi nagpapastor kasi sabi ng magulang, ay nako, gutom ang pupuntahan mo dyan. Sabihin, hindi ka mabubuhay ng mariwas sa dyan. No? So, i-foreclose nila yung decision na mag-ano ka na lang, mag-career ka na lang ng ganito. No? Mag-abogado ka na lang. Ganun. And then the second identity status ay yung diffuse, yung identity diffusion status. may mga kabataan na litong-lito kung ano sila. No? Ito yung crisis talaga, identity crisis ng kabataan, yung diffused ba, hindi malaman kung ano ang gusto niyang gawin. No? Ito yung mga kabataan na shift ng kurso sa kolehiyo. One semester, nag-take siya ng political science. Next semester, nagsa-psychology. Next semester, nag-education. Next semester, nag-vocational na, gano'n. No? Ito yung, kasi hindi niya malaman, no? Para bang ito yung sumusunod sa ihip ng hangin. Ito rin yung mga madaling mabarkada. No? Halimbawa, papunta sa church, may makita niya yung kaibigan niya, uy, mayroong concert doon sa mall. Yan, pupunta na. Tapos, o kaya, on the way, pupunta tayo doon sa, parang magandang manood ng sine ngayon. Kasi, linggo. Yan. So, yung tao, yung identity ng kabataan na yun ay diffused kasi hindi niya malaman, no, ang kanyang gustong gawin. O kaya gusto niya lahat. Siya yung type na liligawan ng 4 na lalaki, sasagutin niya silang lahat. No? Kasi hindi niya malaman ang desisyon niya kung sino talaga ang gusto niya. Okay? Yung third, yung status of moratorium. Ito yung natural, no, na normal na status ng kabataan. Ito yung pag mayroong decision na gagawin, o kaya halimbawa, may 4 na manliligaw siya, pag-iisipan niya kung sino ang talagang matimbang sa kanya, yung talagang matindi sa kanyang damdamin at sa kanyang isip, tapos yun ang sasagutin niya. Kung makita niya na medyo nagkamali ng kanyang desisyon, edi baguhin niya, makikipag-break, at titingnan niya ulit kung sino pa talaga. So, parang this is it's a time of, ganyan na malaga yung time ng, dahil, hindi pa fully develop ang cognitive ability ng mga kabataan. Minsan talaga yung sabihin natin na you test before you finally decide on a final answer. But that's the normal, no, status ng kabataan. There are exceptional na kabataan pa lang sila, achieve na yung identity nila. Alam nila ang gusto nila, no? Nanaknakam kung tayo na Ilocano. Ibig sabihin nun, alam niya gusto niya, no? At sa decision making niya, napaka-firm, no? So, meron akong kaibigan na sabi ko, alam mo ang ko sa'yo, believe ako sa'yo, nung batang-bata ka pa, early on in your adolescence, sabi ko, in-accept ko na yung call to ministry, no? Ang maraming call to ministry, nag-struggle sila dahil talagang, that's a hard decision to make. But for you, you achieve your identity early in life. So yun, yung achieving an identity or an achieved identity is the goal of adolescence. But we should recognize that as we deal with young people, iba-iba yung katayuan nila, yung status nila, and therefore, we ought to understand where they are or where they are coming from. Okay? Next slide. Yan. Ito yung philosophy and mission of youth ministries. The basic philosophy of youth ministry is securely grounded in the biblical revelation of who Jesus Christ is. No? It is Jesus who is our model of incarnational ministry. Ibig sabihin, isa sa pamuhay na ministeryo, no? Allowing the character of Jesus and the power of the Holy Spirit to be revealed in the life of our young people, thus becoming true disciples of His in this generation. The ultimate goal of youth ministry is for youth to become disciples of Jesus Christ. No? Yung isa sa pamuhay nila ng buhay ni Kristo. Okay, next slide. There must be more study given to the problem of how to deal with the youth. More earnest prayer for the wisdom that is needed in dealing with minds. We should seek to enter into the feelings of the youth, sympathizing with them in their joys and sorrows, their conflicts and victories. And then we must meet them where they are if we would keep them. And let us remember the claim of God upon us to make the path to heaven bright and attractive. No? Ito yung attitude natin sa mga kabataan. No? We pray for wisdom to deal with their minds, and then we enter into their feelings and sympathize yung mga pinagdadaan nila, yung mga feelings nila, no, yung mga conflict nila. And then, importante ito, we must meet them where they are. Kung nasaan yung mga kabataan, ibig sabihin, kahit metaphorically, nasan sila, no? Anong status nila, ganyan, or anong mga pinagdadaanan nila. Let us meet them there. Hindi tayo magdidikta kung saan natin sila imi-meet, because we do not ask the youth to come where we are, no? But we are the ones who go where they are, no? Seeking them, and then to make the path bright and attractive, no? Well, pwede mong sabihin, alam mo, ang pagka-Kristiyano ay hindi KJ. It's hindi killjoy, kundi it's really a most enjoyable na yan, yung most fulfilling, matutupad ang mga pangarap mo sa buhay, lalo na kung maging Kristiyano pa. Ganun. Okay, next slide. The mission and vision. Okay? To lead young people into a saving relationship with Jesus Christ and to help them embrace His call to discipleship. Sorry, this one is not using inclusive language. But let the young people enter into a relationship with Jesus Christ. Most conversions actually, statistically, happen during the time of adolescence or during youthhood. Okay? And then, of course, embrace God's call to discipleship. Next. Youth ministry built on this model, Life and Ministry of Jesus, seeks to meet young people where they are and to offer them pastoral care, not only as spiritual guides, but also as counselors, as friends, as fellow pilgrims on a similar spiritual journey. Okay? So youth ministry in this model is a relational. It's personal and relational ministry that involves a good deal of one-to-one type. No? Yung pagdidisipulo ng mga kabataan, no? Iba-iba yung yung facets, no? Nandiyan yung pastoral care as a spiritual guide, then yung counselor or mentor or friend and fellow pilgrim on a spiritual journey. Kaya personal and relational. Okay? Next. Ito yun, kasi Adventist Youth Ministries ito, the mission of Adventist Youth Ministries is basically one of salvation, discipleship, and service, which is grounded deep in the biblical model of the church's mission in the books of Acts. Alam natin yung Acts 2:42, and the disciples gathered together, and they broke bread together. They spent time in listening to the teaching of the disciples, and also praying together and sharing their possessions together, so that not one of them was poor, and God added to them to their numbers, great numbers each day. So there are four dynamic forces that undergirded the growth of early church. First is grace, worship, community, and service. Ito yung apat na programa sa programa ng kabataan, no? The grace, which is more on the fellowship, worship, community, and service. Yung grace comes with yung pakikipag-relate yan eh. Yung bang the graciousness, sabihin yung quality ng fellowship na ibig sabihin nandun yung tunay na pagmamahal, nandun yung tunay na care, no? Caring, ganyan, concern, ganyan. And then, yung worship, alam natin yun, youth worship has a different dimension, lalo na ngayon, yung praise and worship. And then, yung community, ito yung, ibig sabihin, the community of the church, and of course, the community of people, and yung service dito, ito yung witness and outreach. Yung pagtulong, lalo na sa mga may hirap. These four dynamic forces are strongly interwoven into the work and mission of the youth department. It is a biblical ministry where the AYM pledge is carried out by the youth, to the youth, for the youth, and with the youth. Yung apat na dimensions yan, yung by the youth, yung ginagawa ng mga kabataan, to the youth, yung ginagawa para sa mga kabataan, yung for the youth sa ikabubuti ng kabataan, and in partnership with the youth. Okay? So, don't objectify the youth. They are not simply objects of your ministry, but they are partners in your ministry, and you carry it out with them. Okay, next. Ito, si Ellen G. White, of course, the founder of the Adventist. Ito yung sinasabi niyang objectives of youth ministry, to train the youth to work for other youth. Okay? Ito yung leadership training, no? Yung mga bataan ay mag-work para sa kapwa kabataan. Pangalawa, to recruit the youth to help their church and those who profess to be Sabbath keepers. Ibig sabihin, to involve the youth in the ministry of the church and to work for those who are not of our faith. Ito yung ecumenical dimension. Ecumenical dimension. Importante na ang youth ministry ay bukas para sa mga ibang pananampalataya or ibang faith persuasions, kasi yun nga yung part of social consciousness na sa mundong ito, hindi Methodist lang lahat ng mga tao. Ayan, maraming may ibang pananampalataya at importante na matutunan ng mga kabataan to work with all kinds of people in order to be human, makatao. Okay, next. In seeking to reach these objectives, the youth are called upon to, one, ito yung activities naman, activities, to pray together and study the word together. Okay? Importante yan, yung Bible study. Okay, pangalawa, to fellowship together in Christian social interaction. Okay? Yung fellowship natin, hindi lang hindi exclusive, kundi inclusive. Yung everyone is welcome. Open minds, open hearts, no? Open doors. To act together in small groups to carry out well-laid plans for witnessing. Importante ito, ang evangelistic. The evangelistic part of a program of youth, no? Para makahikayat sila ng kapwa nilang kabataan para maka-encounter si Jesus. To develop tact and skill and talent in service to Jesus. Importante ito. Alam niyo yung time ng adolescent, yung youth, yung nadidevelop yung skills and talents nila. In fact, yan isa sa mga ng Methodista, yung bang pag na-involve ka talaga sa MOF, ay no, matututunan mo, yung madidevelop yung skill mo sa pagtugtog, sa pagkanta, sa pagsayaw, sa paglilid, gano'n, no? So, and that will be your avenue of service, no? Ma-discover mo saan ka makakatulong sa ministry. And then to encourage one another in spiritual growth. Very important ito, no? Na youth will not only encounter Jesus but also to grow in their spiritual life, mag-mature as Christians. Okay? Next. Yun, yung director, ito yung objectives, no? Some objectives. One, to raise the level of the devotional life of the young person. Matuto sana yung kabataan na magkaroon ng quiet time. Yun, yung devotional life. Yung personal na pagbabasa, pananalangin, each day, to lift up the standard of attainment of the youth. Sabihin, ini-encourage natin yung mga kabataan na yung mga opportunities they take advantage for advancement, no? Yung kung may chance silang mag-college, mag-masters, ganyan, to lift up the standard, also the standards of behavior, no? Mas mabuting tao sila, no? Sumisingpot, no? To educate and train youth for service, no? Leadership, no? Yan. To provide opportunities for outreach and service. Importante ito. Dapat marunong silang maki-isa or tumalakay or maki-isa sa mga issues ng lipunan, no? At ibigay ang kanilang karampatang pagsisilbi, to teach the principles of stewardship. Importante ito sa discipleship. Yung they become good stewards of all the resources that God had entrusted to them. You know? They should learn this kasi mahirap na pag-adult, and then to lead you to discover the individual worth and develop and discover their spiritual gifts. Usually they discover that in the fellowship, you know, doon sa at saka yung as they engage in ministries, itong mga kabataan will discover kung saan ang lugar nila, no, sa ministry ni Jesus, and also especially their spiritual gifts. Okay? Next. Itong summary ng Adventist Youth Ministry. Siyempre, kanina, tinignan natin una yung sa MOF, no? Yung aim dito, the Advent message to all the world in my generation. Mission to lead young people in a saving relationship with Jesus and help them embrace His call to discipleship. Sa atin sa MOF, to know Christ and make Him known. And motto, the love of Christ compels me. Yan yung yan yung Christ above all, si Kristo higit sa lahat. And then yung pledge, yung UMYF na anong tawag doon? Yung pledge din ng MYF. So that ends the introduction. We go to the Creative Youth Ministries. pinili ko itong Adventist youth niya kasi alam ko na kayo, very familiar kayo masyado sa work ng kabataan ng MOF. So I'm just trying to offer you another model, maybe to compare, but also to learn from another denomination.
Okay, so the next topic, Doc Homer, tama ba? Ito yung Creative Youth Ministry?
Yes.
Okay. Before we proceed po, do you have any questions? Okay. I think later na siguro. Okay. Let's proceed.
Yeah, thinking outside the box. Okay, next slide. Module objectives: to assist the youth leader in the art of relevant creative programming, incorporating a comprehensive structure that is aligned with the annual themes of the General Conference Youth Ministries. And then learn to create a well-balanced program that incorporates the physical, social, intellectual, and emotional components that assist the youth in building their faith in Jesus. So the different the physical, social, intellectual, and emotional components. And then adapt the programs, the youth programs to youth without neglecting the key objectives of the youth department. Okay, next slide. Ito, si Ellen White, who is the founder, of course, of Adventist. You know that Ellen White started out as a Methodist, but because the Methodists did not want to ordain women at the time, so Ellen White actually founded the Adventist. When the youth give their hearts to God, our responsibility for them does not cease. They must be interested in the Lord's work and led to see that God expects them to do something to advance God's cause. It is not enough to show how much needs to be done and to urge the youth to be a part. They must be taught how to labor for Jesus. They must be trained, disciplined, drilled in the best methods of winning souls to Christ. Teach them to try in a quiet, unpretending way to help their young companions. Let different branches of missionary effort be systematically laid out in which they may take part, and let them be given instruction and help. Thus, they will learn to work for God. So, ang programming ng youth is to make them learn to work for God in the different ways that they can. Different branches of missionary effort. Okay, next. Within the parameters of your personality and that of your group, adapt your leadership style, program, format, content, and approach to provide the following. Okay. Fellowship. Okay. Dapat ang fellowship should be fun. It's something that they look forward to, and fellowship is not. Fellowship is really more on developing the community, a sense of belongingness to one another. Second is lifting of spirits. Yung napaka-uplifting. Hindi dapat depressing ang youth ministry. And then the third is the sense of participation and involvement. No? Which means no one is left out and everybody is involved. And then, ito yung sinasabi ko, sense of enjoyment. There should be joy and fulfillment. And then, there should be variety. It should not be monotonous and relevant religion. No? So that you can next slide. Okay, relevant religion so that youth can gain youth-oriented insights into religious beliefs and traditions. Alam nyo, kahit na yung doctrines natin, iba rin siyempre ang, in the context of youth, iba rin yung level ng pagkaka-explain ng ating doctrines and traditions. It should be something that the youth can appreciate. Second is see and accept the relevance of religious beliefs and tradition. Gaano po ito relevant in today's world. Understand the relationship between a Christian and the world. Ito, tayong mga Methodista, very strong yung ating traditions, yung social principles. No? And then understand the role and real mission of the church, especially its evangelistic zeal, na kuminsan nagkukulang na tayo, and be brought face to face with the realistic representation of God's ideal for humankind. Kuminsan masyado tayong out of this world, kaya the world does not listen to us, or the world does not even entertain us. Kasi masyado tayong sabihin natin fundamentalistic, ganon. Minsan masyado tayong malayo sa mundo ng mga hindi mananampalataya. Be challenged to establish, maintain a relationship with Christ through His Spirit that brings direction, joy, and genuine peace to the individual's life. Okay? Next slide. Okay, ito yung theme. If we put it on our Methodist, dapat alam natin yung theme ng General Conference because we follow that in our program every quadrennium. Okay, ito yung meetings naman. Number 1, there should be the regular weekly meeting, experience meetings when opportunity is given to various bands and to individuals to tell the experiences they have had in working for the Lord. No? Yung testimonies, no? Experience meeting are testimonial time. Then evangelistic meetings organized and conducted, week of prayer, and at other times for the purpose of winning unconverted, reclaiming those who have strayed, and deepening the Christian experience of every member. Ito yung renewal services natin and evangelistic services natin. No? Na alam ko, ang mga pinipiling speakers dito, yung mga mga youth ministers who are dynamic. And then, rallies and conventions. Dito sa atin, ito yung Christmas Institute, ito yung Summer Institute, ito yung mga leadership conventions. So, mga elders gate, ganyan. Okay, next. Okay, ito yung congresses. Nagkakaroon talaga ng congress naman ng mga youth. May youth congress and other special programs. Okay, special programs for youth with the whole church attending. Special programs for the promotion of an activity or project. No? Congresses or youth rallies where societies from several territories meet together, and special programs promoting temperance. No? That's a very Methodist traditional word, yung temperance movement. And then demonstrations of conversion training meetings that will teach how to begin a conversation that will lead to Bible studies, leadership training to hold meetings in homes, show slides, distribute literature, sell books, and conduct revelation seminars. And here, investiture ceremonies usually conducted once a year are a type of recognition service where those completing class requirements are awarded certificates and other items that signify reaching a goal. Pwedeng sa local church to, ginagawa to ng national. And I hope the annual conference can also do it during the youth congress. Okay, next slide. Okay, know key 5 basic needs of youth. Ito yung talagang when you deal with youth, you should know these 5 needs of youth. 1, their need for acceptance and recognition. Kilalahan mo sila by name so that you can recognize them. You're able to give your compliments, no? Affection, no? You should love them. They should uh, feel that you care. You truly care about them. And then yung success and achievement, give them opportunities to succeed, so, to do something and attain a goal. And then they need new experiences. Hindi yung paulit-ulit na lang na yun ang ginagawa. And number 5, they need to be secure. No? In the fellowship of the youth, they should have a sense of belonging. Next slide. So yung objectives. Number 1, to raise the level of the devotional life of the youth, to lift the standard of the attainment of the youth, to educate and train youth for service. Parang ulit na lang to provide opportunities for outreach and service, to teach the principles of stewardship, and to lead youth to discover their spiritual worth, individual worth, and develop and discover their spiritual gifts. Ulit na lang yan. Okay, next. Ito, the servant leader model. Here is a simple 6-step approach to planning your youth meetings for a whole year. But if you want your youth to learn to be leaders themselves, as we have said over and over throughout the seminar, you need to involve them from the beginning. They would love to help you plan, and their energy and enthusiasm will keep you from being overburdened and burnt out. So, to develop servant leaders first, you should partner with them, no? Sa stages ng youth ministry, yung from the planning, resourcing, ganyan, implementing, evaluating, dapat kasama sila. So they are helpers, no? They are helpers, and they should be implementers of the program. Each box in the 6 steps below represents a type of program to be conducted by the youth that week. 3 to 4 youth are requested ahead of time to plan and conduct the program with the assistance of the youth leader to guide them in resources and ensuring the presentation will fulfill the objective to be taught. Okay, next slide. The success of conducting a program choosing the youth will engage them and motivate them to come up with creative ways to conduct the program. Remember that the youth ministry program should be done for the youth, by the youth. Okay? Para sa mga kabataan at by them. No? Sila ang gagawa. Our youth have many exciting ways to run programs, and this alone will create a buy-in from them because they are involved in owning the program. Importante yung kanila, yung program, ownership, they possess the program. Amin ito, yun. Okay, next. The youth leader at the beginning of the year will gain much success by using the servant leadership style model to train their youth to effectively reach a stage where they are competent enough to stand alone and conduct the program with the leader as a supervisor. Now, yung youth minister, hindi dapat siya ang nangangasiwa ng program. Yan ang gusto ko sa model ng UMYF eh. No? Kasi yung kanilang execom, so execom is the one that makes the decisions, and they are the youth working with youth is only an advisor to oversee, you know? Parang bibigay lang ng encouragement, no? And of course, many times also as a supervisor. The youth leader and their youth need to consult together to find the best style of conducting any given program that will incorporate variety or iba-ibang klase, interest, which will be interesting, and a strong biblical foundation. Okay? Each week, a different box or theme should be conducted using different persons so that throughout the year, all the youth of your youth group would have had the experience of conducting a program. Okay? Iba-iba naman kasi yung klase ng program. Minsan, this is a recreation program. Dapat ibang in charge. It's a leadership program. Dapat ibang in charge. It's a Bible study. Iba rin ang in charge. No? So, yung mga, alam natin, yung mga officers natin ay kanya-kanyang responsibilidad. No? Yung area. No? ng youth program ang kanilang in charge. Okay, next. Have an outline sheet of the calendar, okay, and meet with the council and selected youth to plan the yearly calendar. Okay, ito yung planning. Okay, next slide. Okay. Ito yung mga different programs during the year, no? Obviously, this is an Adventist Youth Ministry program. Pero tingnan niyo yung mga nakalagay dito. Celebration Day, Prayer and Homecoming, reunion yan, Lead Celebration, Global Youth Day, Youth Congress or Youth Camp, Youth Federation Programs, Bible Ball dates, no? Bible, health and temperance events, no? Yan tungkol sa health, no? Health programs. And then evangelistic effort, conference camp meeting, a revival, no? An e-week of prayer, a week of prayer, and training seminars, and others. Ito yung listing ng mga activities for the whole year. Okay. That's number 4. Proceed to fill in your local church calendar events. Ika-calendar. After brainstorming, kung mga kailangan mga activities, ilalagay sa calendar, i-calendar. And then fill the dates, venue, and type of social recreation events. Ilalagay mo kung anong event yan. Socials ba yan? No? Siguro may birthday party for monthly birthday party, maganda yun na isang social activity ng kabataan. Of course, no? Yung prayer meetings hindi rin dapat nawawala. Okay? Remember to include the yearly theme into each program. Okay? Next. Yan. Ito yung tingnan mo yung servant leader model. Look at the servant leader model. At the start, I do it and they watch. Pangalawa, I do it and they help. Okay, na-involve na sila. First, they watch and then they help. And then, sa third stage, they're the ones who will do it. They do it and I help. No? They're the leader. And then, in the end, they do and I watch. No, I just watch. No? So umpisa, ikaw ang gagawa, they watch. Pero in the end, they do and I watch. Ikaw na lang. They're the ones who do it. It's a kind of training. The ultimate goal is that we may present everyone perfect, mature, complete, whole in Christ, and to prepare God's people for works of service or ministry so that the body of Christ may be built up. Those are biblical foundations. Yun na yata yung ending eh. Once you have filled in all the types of meetings you intend to use in a given quarter, you can brainstorm creative ways to fulfill these objectives in ways that will interest and please your particular youth. Okay? Next. Okay. be sure to plan your quarterly program. No? Yeah. Around the 6 fundamental objectives, and then quarterly, 13 weeks, no? Maganda yung mag-quarterly, kasi mag-quarterly meeting evaluation. Then you may choose 3 to 4 fundamental objectives, and then seek to plan in detail at least a quarter at a time, filling in all, no? The Sabbath and Sundays. Let your young people help you brainstorm creative and exciting ways to fill these programs. Then post your 3-month program on the church notice board. Dapat yung program ng youth nandun lagi sa inyong yung notices, parish notices each Sunday, and also on the bulletin board of the church, so that the whole church is aware of what is happening with the young people, especially the parents. They should be well aware of what the youth are doing. Okay, next. Be aware, of course, that life can intervene. It may be that some things will change from the original plan, but if this happens, it's a lot less upsetting than if you had no plan at all. Minsan, halimbawa, ang activity nyo ay outing, tapos may bagyo, di siyempre hindi matutuloy, magkakaroon kayo ng plan B. Ganun. Remember to seek approval from the church board. No? Yan. We should report, the leaders of the youth should report to the church council. Okay? Because new efforts or things will cost some money at the beginning of each quarter, at importante yung support ng iglesia, ng buong council. Try at least one thing per quarter that you have never tried before, and be sure to evaluate together afterward. Okay? Make a note of which things worked well and which did not. Ito yung evaluation. Determine if you could do something differently and try again, or if this particular method isn't a good fit for your group. Either is okay. Yan yung evaluation part. Tingnan mo kung yung nag-work in what could be done. Okay? Remember, as you plan for the whole year, consider taking into account the holiday seasons, which present ideal opportunities to carry out mission and service activities that will be life-changing to your youth. Na-try nyo na ba yung Christmas party ng mga kabataan sa labas nyo gagawin, or mag-gift giving kayo sa depressed communities, or sabi nagawa namin dati, nag-concert kami doon sa mall, no? Ganun, no? Try to include training weekends, retreats, and meal meetings where you can continue to help those who want to assist you in ministry, in training. Seek counsel from those that have a passion for the youth. Ibig sabihin, involve mo yung mga adults in the congregation who have a heart for the youth. And build a vibrant youth ministry team is the most important part of creating programming. Ibig sabihin, yung youth ministry team mo, yung execom mo, should be a working team. And learn to engage your youth in all aspects of programming, and you will find new energy and enthusiasm too. Okay? Ito, paulit-ulit na sinasabi na dapat kasama ang mga kabataan sa lahat ng aspeto ng youth program. Okay? That ends my presentation for tonight. Take it away, Kier.
All right, thank you so much, Doc Homer. Sige po, do you have any questions, any clarifications? Base po sa ating po na pag-usapan ngayong gabi. May mga tanungan po ba kayo? Gustong klaruhin?
Diyan si Dale, dami niyang alam na i-add dyan, I'm sure.
Yeah. Ayan, we have one question from Tayabo. Faith, thank you for this question. Paano po ma-encourage ang mga kabataan na magkaroon pa rin ng devotional life, lalo na po ngayon na social media at online games and other activities ay isa pong humahatak sa kanila?
Alam niyo, ang pinakamadali dyan, kasi ako, nakaka-receive ako ng mga devotions din, no, from others. You try to send them, no, yung mga kabataan mo, ng everyday, ng mga devotion. That's one way to encourage them. Doon sa kanilang, dapat mayroon kang directory ng kanilang, messenger or doon we send sa kanilang mga messenger. Itong mga devotions, mga weekly devotions. No? Kasi ako nakaka-receive din and I'm encouraged because I also read them. No? I read these devotions na isinisend sa akin. That's the best way to, kasi babasahin nila yun. No? Kasi nandun sa kanilang FB Messenger, no? Yung message, every day, you message them devotions.
Salamat po. Okay, let me read a comment. It's a commendation from Pastor Antonino Galanote. Hello, Sir Homer. Salamat sa magandang lecture tonight. Pagpalain kayo ng ating Panginoon. Also, okay. Yeah, to yours truly. God bless po. Okay. Thank you, ho. Thank you for joining us. Any other comments? Okay, naka-unmute si DS Erwin Maggay. Yes, DS Erwin. Okay.
Siguro yung mga mas bata, magbigay din ng mga experience nila na what works kasi ako ay matanda na. Siguro medyo detached na rin ako sa mga kabataan.
Yeah. So I'm sharing here, I'm sharing the screen again. As you can see, we have small and big group materials developed by Think Orange. Ano ba itong Think Orange na to? Sila ang... Okay. Itong Rethink Group ng Think Orange, meron silang linabas na mga materials wherein we can use. I think I've shared this with our group chat recently, 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. You can use that material. Meron siyang pang big group, small group. When I say big group, ito yung pang fellowship, di ba? Ang laman ng material, let me share, hold on. Just to give you idea po, na pwede ninyong gamitin kasi binili ito ng Baguio Episcopal Area, bumili siya ng license noon para maka-access tayo dito. At sayang kung hindi natin siya magagamit. Let me see. Ngayon kasi, ngayong panahon ngayon, sa ating panahon, hindi na natin problema masyado yung materials dahil ang dami pong available online. All we have to do is just to become what? Intentional. Maging intentional po tayo. So I'm sharing the screen. I hope you're seeing this, yung Google Drive natin. When you click this, I'm going to share it again sa inyo, yung link ng buong material. Nandito yung mga topics subject to change. Under subject to change, when you click subject to change premium, ayan na, merong week 1, pang large group, pang big group. Okay, nandyan. May video din kayong magagamit, may graphics, iba-iba. So may bumper video. When you say bumper video, kasi ito yung promotional video na po pwede nyong gamitin. So, ayan, you just have to download it. Kung hindi nyo ma-download, inform nyo ako and then I'm going to send it sa inyo directly. Di ba? As simple as that. So, we have materials na po pwede po ninyong gamitin for free.
Thank you, Pierre. Oh, you better make sure that they get that link in their...
Yeah. Also, kung UMC naman pong hinahanap ninyo, UMC, Kier, hindi naman UMC ang nag-develop doon. Marami naman din tayo na dinevelop na materials. Eto, pumunta tayo sa resourceumc.org. Let me share that again. Let me share my screen. Well, I'm taking this opportunity para at least alam po ninyo kung saan tayo kukuha ng mga material. So, you just have to go here, Resource UMC, and then you click youth, probably. You search that. When you search it, it will give you some suggestions about youth ministries and so on. Young people, let me see. Okay, you just have to explore it. Pag-explore lang po tayo dito. Marami tayong po pwedeng pagkuhanan ng ating mga materials. And one more thing, ang ating lectionary. Kung pupunta ka sa ating lectionary po kasi, yung ating UMC discipleship, every week, meron tayong pang young people. Saan yun? Eto, punta kayo dito. Children's message pala. Ayan, pang small group, children's message, and so on. So it's there.
Discipleship Ministries.
Yeah. Yes, Brother Dale, you're raising your hand, please.
Yes po. Thank you for this opportunity to talk for a while. Well, I am also working with the Young People's Ministries of the Discipleship Ministry. So I would also like to share, meron po tayong website for the young people for the global church. We have umcyoungpeople.org. If you want to access materials, resources for young people, that's one of the places where you can go. And also, one of the interesting part of the ministries of the Young People's Ministries is the grants. So if you would like to take opportunities for funds, finances for your programs and ministries for your church, you can actually access funds from the Young People's Ministries. So most of the young people now sa buong Pilipinas are accessing these funds for the UMYF. And at the same time, meron din po dyan yung scholarships. So if some of the young people in our areas are looking for financial help for studies, so that is also one place to get scholarships. So I just buti na lang po nakita ko itong ministry na ito through Baguio Episcopal area, and I just wanted to share these resources na pwede nyo ma-access. So if you would like to know more about that, so pwede lang po akong send ng message, and let's talk about how are we going to help you fund your ministries and also for scholarship. So hanapin niyo lang po ako if you would like to know more about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Dale. Yeah. So napaka-blessed po natin, no? Dahil yung isa sa mga staff po ng discipleship ay taga Baguio Episcopal area. So all you have to do is just to tap him. Kung hindi niyo siya makita sa Facebook, well, madali lang naman hanapin si Brother Dale. You can simply message me and then I'll connect you sa kanya. Again, we go back sa word na we need to be intentional talaga. Diba? In doing ministry. Okay, any other questions? May mga katanungan pa po ba kayo? Any comments? Commendations, probably?
Can I also say something?
Sure, sure. Go ahead.
I think one of the issues that we need to raise or to talk about with the young people's ministries is yung issue about mental health. So I'm not sure if this is one of the best place to talk about it, but this is concerning the young people. Um, what is the best thing, best ministry that we can do for the young people just to reach them out, lalong-lalo na yung when they are facing issues on mental health. So ano po kaya yung mga pwede nating gawin to help them out? Because marami po kasing issues eh. Maraming pwedeng maging reason why nangyayari ito sa mga kabataan, lalo na pandemic, no? It could be the pandemic or family issues or any other factors. Kaya na-arise itong ganitong issue for the young people. Ano po kaya ang mai-advise natin for the pastors like us or the church mismo? Yan po.
Oo,
Go ahead, Sir Homer. Sige po.
Ang number one yun yung strength ng relational ministry. Yung bang they make sure that youth are not isolated. Yung bang isa niyon, be friendly, be approachable, do not be intrusive, but make yourself available. Yung bang give them or make an impression that you're approachable. Yung bang ikaw ay malalapitan, yung you are shoulder to lean on. Mga ganun na types. Because young people, syempre, madalas pag may problema sila, lumalayo sila. But many times, if you give opportunity for them to talk to you, or kumusta, ganyan, you start a conversation with them. To me, that work. Be a friend. Yung bang hindi kayong pilit na friend, kundi yung you make them feel that you're a person that they can trust and they can talk to. So, yun ang sa mental health especially, yan ang best approach pa rin, yung be a friend.
Thank you, Doc Homer. Also, in addition to that, sa ating pong mga manggagawa, sa ating pong mga leaders, well, kung nag-offer po ang Baguio Episcopal Area ng mga trainings or mga webinars all about mental health on how to talk to a person who is dealing with a depression, we encourage you to attend. Ngayon, kung hindi kayo makapag-attend, meron naman po tayong mga recordings. Let me share my screen again where you can access the recordings. One of the best lectures that we have is Miss Alme Caluya. Okay? Nagtapos po siya ng kanyang master's degree in Southern Methodist University. So, ayan, meron tayong mental resiliency topic ni Miss Alme. Meron din tayong how's your mental health? It's a conversation kung paano na ang inyo pong mga mental health. At I think may dalawa. May pangatlo pa, meron din may pangatlo, may pangbata, may pang-youth. So we're going to post that also sa ating pong Bea YouTube channel. You can access these materials and I regularly share naman po yung mga materials natin lalo na kung ito ay all about mental health at makakatulong po sa bawat isa sa atin. So please, magano po tayo. Itangkilikin po natin yung mga nilalabas po nating mga materials. Thank you po.
That's good.
Okay. Meron pa po ba? It's already 8:22. I think we're good for tonight. Who will lead our closing prayer kaya? Ayan. Si Pastor Analisa Concepcion. Pastor Analisa ng CELPAC, please lead us.
Hi, God. Hello. Sige, tayo pong lahat ay panalangin. Lord, thank you po sa napakayamang pag-aaral ngayong gabi. Na-remind po kami kung anong mga dapat namin gawin para lalo po namin mahubog ang aming mga anak sa church. Thank you sa knowledge and wisdom na pinahiram mo kay Sir Homer. At salamat din, O Diyos, sa mga kapatid ko na nakasama din namin sa gabi. O Diyos, ay makatulong ito sa amin para maging buhay na buhay ang aming mga iglesia. Sa aming pamamahinga, ay inyo pong ito po ang aming panalangin sa pangalan ng aming Panginoong Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, everyone. And please open your cameras po before we really end the night. And we hope to see you again next week. Okay, same time, 7 p.m. every Monday. Okay, all right. I only have one page. 1, 2, 3, smile. Open your cameras. 1, 2, 3. And here we go. Thank you po. God bless you all.
Amen.
God bless po.
Thank you.
Salamat po.